Welcome everybody to BIZ NFL football. Week number 3 is upon us. We'll look to follow up our previous winning weeks with another one. 15-7-1 through week 2. If you were with me Thursday and Friday, you heard that Thursday-Friday video I sent out every week for the Thursday-Friday games. We had another nice, easy winner, first half under Tennessee-Jacksonville. Even though Adoree Jackson tried to give it away with a fumbled punt inside his 10, 2 minutes into the game. Those two inept teams still couldn't score. A nice winner. Just another phenomenal day here in Northern California. It's tick past 11 o'clock Saturday morning. 75 degrees, no wind, no humidity. The neighbor's dog hasn't started barking yet, thank God. We'll see if that bastard could hold off for another half an hour. Got my vodka tonic in hand, which is needed after that excruciating FIU beat last night. I know this is an NFL video, but good grief. An onside kick return to beat us with 40 seconds to go. I swear, as soon as that moron punched the guy for the 15-yard penalty, I knew they were going to return an onside kick. I just had a freaking feeling. What are you going to do? College kids, you got to love it. We have a very, very big card. As I said, some added bonuses. I have some teasers lined up. We got a Stewie Best Bet this week. He was a little bent that he wasn't included in the BIZ Best Bets thing, so we got a BIZ Best Bet. We got a Stewie Best Bet. We got 2 best bets this week. Got to keep the crew happy. The crew is here. Biz, Stewie, Rosie, Tammy and Tanya pouring drinks, Hugo carving it up. You hungry? Hit something, get something to eat, get something to drink, get comfortable. We got a big card this week. Big card, I'm warning you now. A lot of plays. If you heard my college football video this week, you heard me talk about volume and what some of these idiots have to say about it. Complete nonsense. In a nutshell, I say it doesn't matter how many games you play. It's how many winners you pick and how many losers you keep away from. That's all that matters. Give me this too many plays nonsense. I know guys that play 3 games a day, they suck and they lose. They pay their book every week. I know guys that play 20, they're winners. So don't worry about volume. Just worry about whether or not you're winning. And right now the NFL it's 16-7-1. Eddie Money gonna wrap this up. The intro. By the way, I ain't changed this song at all. Every week this is what you're getting. It's working for us, so why change now? Wait till these drums are in and we'll get on to the review. Thanks, my man. Yeah, we got more music for you. I jacked up that music a few weeks ago. The last few weeks, if you've noticed, the music has sucked. And not the content. The music's phenomenal. It's the engineering of it. I told you I fired my engineer because the music wasn't coming through right. And I finally figured out what the hell I was doing. I was playing the music through the computer speakers, which are being picked up by the microphone. Yes, I'm a complete idiot. So I rehired my engineer. He got a nice hefty raise for that, and I came with hat in hand. I felt like a moron, so he's back. My sound engineer's back. I also let him select some of these songs too. You see the record, 8-4-1. Yeah, you got paid last week. Your bookie ain't happy. There are the plays. That first half under was a no doubt winner. Minnesota, Green Bay. These bastards did all their scoring in the first half. Didn't do much in the second half, which doesn't do us any good. Miami, the hold your nose special. They are on the no-fly zone. I will not play the Dolphins the rest of the year. I don't give a shit if they're getting 50. We're not playing them. The Redskins kind of hung around, had a chance. They couldn't get it done. The Lions with a gift. I don't know if you saw that game or saw the highlights. Jesus Christ. With the referees, did they watch my video and bet the Lions, for Christ's sake? Those penalties, those calls, good grief. Wow. The Bengals were just a shit show. I think Jimmy also watched my video talking bad about him. He came out and lit it up. Helps to have a coach like Shanahan that can just draw it up like no other. What an offensive mind he is. The BIZ Best Bet was a no doubt over. Damn near over by the half. The zone of Baltimore under. Nicely done. Seattle. Very close to a best bet. Matter of fact, if we had a Stewie Best Bet last week, that would have been the play. They had a perfect 30-0 system working. Some others that were really, really good. I know Big Ben went out, but we'll take that break. Seattle with the outright win. Denver. Wow. They closed at 2. Actually, they closed at 3. I gave it out when it was 2. If some of you waited and got that 2.5, 3, congrats. A lot of us got the push with that 53-yard bomb that Pinheiro hit as Denver lets him get in range on a 4th and 10. Just sickening. The Rams, we took another break with Breeze going out. We'll take these breaks. Easy winner. The under, easy winner. And the Sunday night D-Gen special. We took that home dog of the Falcons. What a great game. Not great. I don't like throw the word great out all the time. That was a good game. Very nice game to watch. Got that late win. Julio broke a tackle. The D-Gen special, home dog, Sunday nighter, a winner. 8-4-1. 4.6 units. We're up 6.7. So there's last week's review. And I probably have talked for about 8 minutes already, and you haven't gotten one freaking play. So I know you're waiting, you're chomping at the bit. Biz, I get it. We love you. The record's great. We love Eddie Money. Can we just get to the plays, please? Alright, let's go. Just got paid, ZZ Top. Don't know if I'll be doing this every week, but I just felt like it. This is an apology to my sound engineer after incorrectly giving him a hard time. Alright, let's get going. Alright. We have 3 overplays right here. We are playing teams that did not do well offensively last week. The games went under. It's a non-divisional game. Very nice system. There's the records. As I said last week, I'm not going to keep reciting the records. I'll talk about the parameters. I'll talk about what we're looking for. But I'm not going to keep going over with the records. It's right on the screen. I printed there, posted there so you can read it yourself. We have 3 qualifiers. Oakland, Minnesota, over 43.5. Carolina, Arizona, over 43.5. And the Texans, Chargers, over 48. Cam Newton's out. Kyle Allen is in. That doesn't bother me at all. He's probably getting all the reps this week. And, you know, what has Carolina done with Cam Newton, honestly, this year? I mean, he just doesn't look right. So actually getting a quarterback in there that has experience, that has played with this team, getting him in there, maybe that's not such a bad thing. So we're going to take all 3 of these overs. See, it's a really nice 80% over about a 15-year span. And like I said, most of these years are really, really good. Last year's a little flat, but this is a solid system, and we're going to take it. The Oakland, Minnesota game also has some different little team trends. I didn't have the space or the time to really post them all, but there's some really nice things going on in that game. I know Oakland scored 10 last week and then did absolutely nothing afterwards, and the Vikings defense is playing well. They're at Minnesota, but it is a fast track. It's in a dome. I think the Raiders will get a few things done. We just need the Raiders to get, 17 points, basically, and that game should be good. So we're going to take all 3 of those overs. Oakland, Minnesota, Carolina, Arizona, Houston, Chargers. Take them all over. Here was a another system. Maybe this is what I was talking about. Minnesota. Well, that's not obviously it's not a team trend, but this is another system that helps that Oakland, Minnesota over. It's a dog on an artificial turf. As I spoke about, I think last week, that Niner Bengal system was an artificial turf system also, and this is another artificial turf system. We want to fast track. It never hurts. Probably also helps. This is in a dome, no wind, no weather. This dog lost at home last week. The Raiders lost to the Chiefs at home. It's a non-divisional game. Obviously, Minnesota's not in division. Opponent is a good defense. Minnesota is that team. And the previous game had a poor time of possession. Minnesota is that team that didn't have a good time of possession. This system, in database history since 1999, is 28 and over, or 28 and 0 to the over. 28 and 0. This system has never had an under in 20 years. Now you see, it's only 28 times it's popped up, but 28 straight times it's gone over, and only 3 of these games have gone over 45.5. The total's been set very low on these games, which doesn't hurt when you're getting one and over, but it just goes to show you that the books make these games low. A team you have a good defense, they didn't have good time of possession. The other team, off a home loss. These games are set really low. There's only 3 games in this database that have been set over 45.5. This one is 43.5. Again, another low total, and this is just one more system to help bolster that total. So Oakland, Minnesota over is a really solid play, I feel. Here's another one where we're playing early season total. We're taking the over when both teams went under last week. It's kind of similar to that previous system. And the home team was a playoff team last year. 75%. So it's a very simple spot. Early season, they both went under. The home team's a playoff team. The Chargers and Texans, again, qualify, so that's a second system hit for them. And the Falcons Colts over 47. Excuse me, let me have a sip of something to drink here. Excuse me. Atlanta Colts over 47. Texans Chargers over. What else can I say about this? There it is. There's the record. We're playing it. One more. Really nice system for the Chargers and the Texans over 48. Won a road team with a small line within about a field goal, which is Houston. They were previously home favorite, which was Houston last week with Jacksonville. It's a road sandwich game. So last week they played at home. This week they're on the road. Next week they're playing at home, and I think the next week after that at home. So it's a road sandwich game. You're jumping on the road for a game between some home games. It's a non-divisional game, which also helps, as we know that divisional games tend to be low scoring. So this is a non-divisional game, and they're not a losing team. We do not want this team to be a losing team. We want to be somewhat competent. This is 23 and 3 to the over, and 20 of the last 21 have gone over. So this is again another really, really solid spot for the over. Houston Chargers over 48. All right, we're going to take the Ravens plus 6. It's 5.5, 6, depending on your book. There's 2 systems here that play. We're going to play against a team with a better record, which is the Chiefs. That was previously road favorite. They were favored at Oakland. It's a non-divisional game. And their opponent is a good rush team, which is Baltimore. It's 2 and 24. We're fading these teams. Fading them, you're 24 and 2 playing against them. So that's one system. The other one, we're playing a dog with a very good defense early in the season. That defensive filter is based on points allowed, I believe. Baltimore triggers that one too. So I don't know if I necessarily play that one by itself, but in conjunction with the top one, it's a nice combination of factors. And we're going to take Baltimore getting 6 points at Kansas City. I know Kansas City scores a lot of points, but they're not going to go undefeated against the spread all year. And this is a nice spot for Baltimore. Baltimore's historically played these guys pretty tough also, especially in Arrowhead. I think last year they should have won the game. Mahomes made that ridiculous cross his body pass to win that game in overtime. So Baltimore getting those points. Atlanta is another game we're playing, getting 1.5 points. We're we're playing against a home team, a home opener in Game 3. They've had their first 2 games on the road, and then they come home for the home opener. And a lot of people think, oh, it's a home opener. They'll be fired up and ready to go after 2 road games. And actually, the opposite is true. But there's a few extra things other than it's just their home opener. We do not want them to have won both games. They lost Week 1 against the Chargers, and we want them to have covered at least one of the games, which they did last week against Tennessee. There's also another little stat that's kind of cool. It's teams that are in the bottom 10 of yards per play early in the season. I take a couple of newsletters. I subscribe to various publications, and one of the things that I was reading was that teams in the bottom 10 in yards per play early in the season, second, third, fourth week, they are relatively poor bets. They're not like phenomenally bad, but they are underperformers. And the Colts are in the bottom 10 yards per play, so that is another little added kind of bonus for this play. Atlanta getting 1.5 at the Colts. We're going to take the Falcons. We're also taking the Broncos. They've got a couple spots here. See that top one, first half of the season. We're playing against Green Bay as a home favorite. That was at home last week. Back-to-back home games. They're a non-playoff team, but they're winning this year, first half of the season. You see the record since 2010. 52-9. Not bad. And we're also going to play against the home favorite that just won at home as a favorite, and the team they're playing has a solid rushing average. This system incorporates, as I wrote there, the opponent's rushing average and their rushing first downs, the way they rush the ball, getting first downs, the way they run it in general. Green Bay triggers a play, which means we're playing on Denver. So take that Denver plus 7.5. I know they're 0-2. Green Bay has also been playing a very slow pace compared to what they used to do. LaFleur's offense, they grind it. They're not a very fast team. So if this game hopefully bogs down, it's not a fast-paced game, Denver sticks around getting that touchdown in the hook. 7.5. When I put this together, it might be 7 now. I'm not sure. But when I put this together, it was 7.5. So let's take Denver getting that 7.5. All right, the Bengals. Yes, we're taking them again. I know. They had a really good game Week 1 against the Seahawks, and then last week they're awful. They're playing Buffalo, who's looked very, very impressive in their 2 wins. But who did they beat? They beat the Jets, for Christ's sake. I know Darnold played, but the Jets they're not a good team. I know they did turn it over 4 times and still won, which is impressive. Last week they played the Giants, another bad team. So the Bengals come to town, and we're playing a dog off of a blowout loss that's non-divisional. And then we're also playing a road dog off of a previous home loss that had an awful defense in that loss. Bengals qualify. They got blown out last week against the Niners. Awful defense. Yeah, they gave up 41. So the Bengals were going to play this stinker, getting 6, bounce back against the Bills. The Bills aren't exactly an offensive juggernaut. I'm still not really sold on Allen, but he does have a good mix of running and throwing. So we just need the Bengals to be somewhat competitive here. I think they can. They're getting 6. We'll take those 6 points, and we'll play the Bengals. It's another over spot early season with a losing road team. They have not gone over in consecutive games. Miami, Dallas, Giants, Tampa, Cincinnati, Buffalo. They all qualify. Nice record, nice sample size. If the team is winless, as Miami, the Giants, and Cincinnati are, it still hits at a nice clip at 64%. So we're going to take the over in all these games. I know Miami's terrible. They are starting Josh Rosen this week. They scored 10 points against the Ravens. They scored nothing against the Patriots. Now they're going to Dallas, and I think they could put up some points against Dallas if they could, just get us a couple of touchdowns. Just 14, 17 points. We should be good. These 3 games are overs. That Cincinnati Buffalo game, I have this other little system in that pink color. We're playing a team that's off a double-digit win, which are the Bengals. They scored a rushing touchdown. It's on the turf, another fast game. Actually, this is triggered by Buffalo because the opponent allowed a lot of yards, Cincinnati. So Cincinnati Buffalo is also triggered. This one is 46-5, as you can see. It's pretty good. So Cincinnati Buffalo triggers that one. So all 3 of these we're taking the over. I like the fact the Giants are finally replacing Eli with Daniel Jones, that I've been screaming for them to do since the season started. These 3 overs. Sorry, I'm looking at this Coastal Carolina game, hoping they could hold on to this first half cover. Okay, 3 games right there. Here we are playing on a team that's in Game 3 that it has not covered yet. Game 3, team has not covered their first 2 games. We're on the Giants, +6, with the bonus of their opponents in the bottom 10 yards per play, which is Tampa. I like getting that new quarterback. I don't think the Buccaneers should be favored by 6 over anybody, not even the friggin' Dolphins. Not sold on the Bucs, although I do like their defense with Todd Bowles. Pittsburgh getting 7. It might be down to 6.5 now, but we're taking the Steelers 6.5, 7, whatever you could get. The Saints getting 5. They got the 2-headed quarterback this week. I think Sean Payton, with a week of practice, can do some things. I think he could draw up some plays and get a plan going to keep that game close. And Carolina's another team getting 2.5 at Arizona. A winless Arizona team, rookie quarterback, rookie coach. Do they get their first win this week? Maybe. But Carolina's a desperate 0-2 team. And Kyle Allen will be starting. He's not horrible. I mean, like I said, what has Cam Newton done this year? He looks hurt. He doesn't look right. It might not be a bad thing to get this team a different quarterback. Kyle Allen has won with this team before, and they're 0-2. They're a desperate team, and I think Carolina will do everything they can to try to get this win. We're passing. There's 2 teams that qualify. We're going to pass the Jets. Their quarterback, his situation is a mess. We're going to pass them. And the Eagles have their wide receivers might be out. Their bottom 10 yards per play, so that pretty much disqualifies them. So if anybody wants to know why we're not playing them, that's why. We're playing these 4: Giants, Steelers, Saints, Panthers. Grab the points. The Browns +3.5. This is a game where we're fading the road favorite in games 2 through 4 with a previous home win. Last week we split them. Falcons win, Detroit wins, Dolphins, Redskins lose. It's a nice spot to play against a road favorite. Cleveland's gone up to 3.5, and we're going to take Cleveland. Our last play is the Chicago-Washington under, and there are 3 different systems that trigger this. You see them right there. We're playing a road favorite that was just on the road. That the opponent throws a lot. It's a great system. Favorite on grass, non-divisional. Previous road favorite without turning the ball over, and then we have another previous road favorite, non-divisional grass game, similar to the top one. Opponent previously had a poor game defensively. That had to do with, I believe, yards given up, which is the Redskins. Could have been points, I can't recall, but it's points or yards, whatever it is. Washington triggered it. So that under 41.5, it might be 41, but both teams are kind of struggling offensively, so let's take that under 41.5, whatever you have. Okay, so I do have a teaser I want to play this week. Couple teasers. And there are some basic general teaser rules you really need to follow. The biggest problem with teasers is people just simply don't know how to play them. One of the things you never do is you never tease through 0. The object of a teaser is to inflate your price or to decrease your price by as much as possible. So if you're at 3-point, all right, the dog may not be barking, but the dude's hammering some shit over there. But he's a good guy, so I'll let it go. But I guess it's better than a dog barking. You don't want to tease through 0. Let's say you're a -3 favorite, okay? The line maker's already telling you it's a close game. It's going to be a close game. So if you tease at the +3, it's still a 3-point line. That's not what teasers are meant to do. Teasers are meant to inflate your line. So if you're a dog, you want to go from +3 up to +6, or +9 or 10. 6-point teaser up to 9 or 10, depending on what teaser you're playing. 6, 6.5, 7. If you're a favorite, you want to tease down from like 7 or 8 down to 1 or 2. You don't want to tease from -4 to +2. It defeats the purpose of a teaser. So never, ever, ever tease through 0. Don't do it. Okay, so you're teasing up through 2 key numbers, 3 and 7. So basically, you're going to tease dogs that are like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 point dogs. That's the kind of dog you want to tease. Carolina, 2.5 point dog. We're teasing 8.5. Falcons, 1.5 point dog. We're teasing 7.5. Those are the kind of teasers, dogs you want to tease. And then conversely, home favorites. You want to go down through key numbers. You want to get 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9. You want to go through numbers. Minnesota is an 8-point favorite. You tease them 6 points. They go through 7, they go through 3. Now they're -2. That is the proper way to play a teaser. There's a guy named Stanford Wong. I'm sure many of you are familiar with him. He wrote a book. He's got articles on how to play teasers. It's based on mathematics and the odds of winning. And it's what a lot of the professional players do when they play teasers. They don't look for, 14-point dogs. They look for dogs that are small. They look for favorites that are big. And they tease them up and down. The math supports it. And there's articles and stuff you could read. Go Google Stanford Wong. You'll read about it. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Also, 17% of NFL games land on 3 and 10% land on 7. That's why they're key numbers, and that's why you want to go through those numbers. Okay, so any dog you want to tease, and only home favorites. You don't want to tease road favorites. They're on the road. It's harder to expect a team on the road to cover that kind of number. So any dog, home favorites. Don't tease totals. Do not tease totals. I know it's tempting if you like a total, but totals are too volatile. There's too many points involved. There's 40, 50 points scored in a game. You don't want to tease totals with lines like that because it's just the odds of them hitting. There's no value in moving the totals up or down. People might think there's just not. Don't tease college football. I don't even think I have to explain this one. College football is the most unpredictable, random game there is, just based on what these guys do on the field. Like the idiot that hit the dude last night for Florida International, got the 15-yard penalty, and then they returned the onside kick for a touchdown from the 25-yard line. That kind of stuff. So you never want to tease a college game, and you just want to do 2 teams. You don't want to do 3, 4, 5, 6 team teasers. Just like parlays. Yeah, you'll hit the random 6-teamer, and you'll lose 100 6-teamers in the process. Same with these teasers. Just play 2-team teasers. They pay -110. A 2-team teaser is -110. There are a lot of people, really professional players, that they just hammer teasers. They find certain spots on teasers and they hammer them. So teasers can be very, very profitable if you play them the right way. We're going to take these 2 teasers. Minnesota is in both of them. I just don't think the Raiders are going to be competitive this week. And I certainly don't see Minnesota not winning by at least a field goal. And then we're going to take these 2 small dogs, Carolina and Atlanta. I've talked about the games. We're already on them straight. We're going to add them to the teasers. So we're going to take these 2 teasers. Minnesota, Carolina, Minnesota, Atlanta. Playing these 2 teasers. We'll try some teasers and see how these work. There's our very large playlist. I told you, I warned you. 18 plays. 18. There they are. I'll leave them up there if you want to write them down. If you haven't been writing them down, there you go. I know you could also pause the video and get them, but it gives me a reason to play some boss gags too. Low down. Having something to drink. My voice is a little raspy. A little side of water here. Clear the pipes. 9 totals, 9 sides. The best bets are on the way. Alright. There's enough time for that. There's the play. I told you guys, it's a big weekend, it's a big card. 18 plays. If I could get 11 or 12, I'll be happy. All right, let's move on. There's the 6-point teaser play. I'll get that down right there. I put that after the recap just to put it in order of the plays. There's a teaser we're playing. All right, on to our best bets. All right, the Biz likes that Texan Charger over 48. It's got that really nice system, that 23-3. That's gone over 20 the last 21. We're going to take that Houston Charger over. I think there's going to be some scoring. Nice weather in San Diego. The Chargers seem to score at home. I think the Texans can move the ball, get some things going. I mean, the Colts scored 24 against the Chargers. I don't see why Houston can't get close to that. Houston Chargers is the Biz Best Bet over 48. And Stewie likes that Oakland Minnesota over 43.5. I just need the Raiders to contribute. I had that one system, I believe was 28-0 in database history. Anytime I get a perfect system, it's going to be a best bet. At some point, it's going to lose. It's not going to go 900-0. But Stewie wants to take that Oakland Minnesota over 43.5. So each of those are 2-unit plays. All right. The Biz Best Bet, the Stewie Best Bet. A couple of 2-unit plays for you right there. All right. My contact information, Biz 112763 at gmail.com. Excuse me. If you want on my distribution list, hit me up. I gave out one baseball game last night. Atlanta, San Francisco under 9.5. Easy winner. Gave out 2 plays today. I think I gave out the Mets. I gave out the Cleveland, Philly under or over 10.5. Basketball and hockey start in a month. If you like hockey, I am your guy. If you like basketball, I'm your guy. I do the same thing for those sports. Basketball, hockey. Last year, we were crushing the NCAA basketball totals, well over 60%. We were focusing on some team trends that were just straight money. And for those of you that have been with me for a few years, there's one team that was just an absolute ATM machine for us the last couple of years. You know who it is. They would go under the first half total time and time and time again. And I would actually have guys text me, when is this team playing again? That's how often that they went over or under that total. So if you like basketball, college or pro, you like the NHL, hit me up. I'm not going to do videos for those sports. It's every day, and I don't have time to do an everyday video. So I do give those plays out weekly. Hit me up if you want on that list. Twitter at BizWinners. That's where I add plays. I put out plays before my videos. I put out several NFL games this week before the video hit because I wanted to get plays out before the lines dropped. And most of those lines did drop. Pittsburgh was put out. Denver was put out with the hook. May not get the hook anymore if you didn't look at my Twitter. If you just looked at this video, you're only probably going to get 7. So look at my Twitter every day. Follow me. Set an alert on your phone, and get those plays when I put them out because lines move, and I want to get those plays out before they move around. Thumbs up, subscribe. As I said in my last video, I get a lot of views, and I swear I only like 2 or 3 thumbs up. I can't believe that I can't get more of you guys to hit a button. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hey, Biz, you really suck. All right, give me a thumbs down then. Leave me a comment. I don't want to get any comments. Nobody likes my videos. Nobody has to take the time to comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. What do you like? What do you don't like? Are they too long? Do I talk too much about this? Want me to take away this? What do you like and don't like? Let me know, and I'll maybe do it. But it's nice to have some feedback from you guys to let me know what you like and not like about the videos. If you have any system ideas, send me an email with it. I'll run it. If you run it and it's good, I'll give you full credit. Hey, Joe Schmo from Idaho, this is a system you came up with. It's phenomenal. Let's play it. Any ideas, send me an email. Send me your ideas. I'll run it, and we'll see what we can come up with and spread the word. Again, I say this every week. If you know anybody who likes football, bets, follows, watches, think they might like this kind of stuff, let them know about it. All right? going to do it. Lengthy video, big card. The journey continues.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park.
Some Dire Straits. Sultans of Swing. Great song. Top 10 song for me. Good luck with all your action, everybody. It's a big card tomorrow. College. Not off to the greatest start with that FIU meltdown. Tennessee is just can't get out of their own way. They're at the 31, down 24-3 when you touchdown there. Coastal Carolina rolling 42-14. That first half covered. Hopefully they get the game covered. Mississippi's down 28-13. They're on the 1-yard line, so maybe they can cut that lead down to a score. Again, thanks everybody for joining me. Good luck with all your action. Have a great day. I don't know what the weather's like where you're at, but here it's friggin' ridiculous. That's why it costs an arm and a leg to live here. But what are you gonna do? That's why I was born. Tomorrow, big day. I'll be back next week with all of the recaps, results, reviews, comments. Let's keep this thing rolling. Check out Guitar John. Have a great day, a great weekend. I'll see you next week. I'll let this song go to the end. Enjoy. Rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If any no guitar is all he can afford, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing. Doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. He's got a daytime job, he's doing alright. He can play the honky tonk like anything, saving it up Friday night with the Sultans. We're the Sultans of Swing. And a crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner, drunk and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. They don't give a damn about any trumpet playing band. It ain't what they call rock and roll. And the Sultans, yeah, the Sultans, they play Creole. Creole. And the man steps right up to the microphone and says at last, just as the time bell rings, good night, now it's time to go home. Then he makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans.